shall endeavour. Find the mother, curse her very heart. My, by a scion, you say. What a delightful plot twist. And so it is done. The elves will live, their ancestor trees will wither. A genocide averted, a balance restored. I must say I'm quite pleased with myself. And with you as well, of course. I thank you. You have found an ally in the House of Shadows. Sabil na Shayanu, Sabil na Shal.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sabil has never been so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. She's like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces. Another step, ever closer. The moment has finally come. She's found the master.
Sabil, here you go, breaking my heart. Find the mother, my, and so, and with you as well.
One step, then another
Sabil, here you go.
That's the plan.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabil. But you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The Scar song swells. 1,000 tiny needles in Sabil's soul. The song continues.
How may I serve you?
I think I'm about to have another chat. But in the meantime, my dear, you may fetch me my slippers.
You look into Sabil's cat eyes, but the beauty and the predator that were there are gone. Her eyes have simply grown dark beyond dark.
Sabil, Sabil, find my, and so, and with.
One step, and
I think I'm about to have another chat, but in the meantime, my dear, you may fetch me my slip. Find my, and so, and... and...
One step, another step.
Sabine, here you...
That's the plan.
He sighs.
I don't... All you see is red. You've no hope.
He sings. The Scar song swells, 1,000 tiny needles in Sabile's soul, chipping away at her will. The song continues. Sabile's eyes grow dull. She's completely under the lizard's thrall once more, lost to you forever.
How may I serve you, Master?
I think I'm about to have another chat, but in the meantime, my dear, you may fetch me my slippers. Sabine. Find the mother.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sabile has another step. The eyes...
Sabile.
He snaps his fingers, and she involuntarily snaps to attention.
Here you go,
That's the plan, Master mine.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabile. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command. I would have watched you, like I have all this time, glad to see you live, sometimes even laugh. I'm very fond of you, you know?
The feeling's not quite mutual.
Not yet.
Another snap, different fingers, different sound. She looks to the ground. She's bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken. Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater good. The supreme example of this is you, Sabile. She's the prime scion. It had to be her. The other scions knew and welcomed her. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant. What I did had to be done, Sabile. And I had to be the orchestrator, for I am the House of Shadows. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the hand that guides a blind world.
Sabile slowly draws her needle.
Time to get to the point.
My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying. A fine instrument, is it not? Precise, exact, just like me. Just like you. You should know that I forced you to shed the blood of scions because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions. Here's the final truth, Sabile. The true evil here is not me. It's you. The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this world. They seek to carve out the whole wide world for themselves. They want their roots to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what I counteract.
He died the day he met me.
Death, death, death. Did I create a monster after all? I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabeel. But you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to sing a single tune. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The Scar song swells, 1,000 tiny needles in Sabeel's soul, chipping away at her will. She looks at you with hope and defiance, gives the signal. You must sing the song. Your voice harmonizes with the Master's. Stunned, he hesitates, and yours becomes the dominant melody. Sabeel is free from his influence.
Dear me, you're a miracle worker. I'll take it from here.
The patient cat finally pounces. She strikes, precisely, exactly. Her needle pierces his neck, spears his vocal cords, filling his throat with blood. Checkmated and muted, he staggers back, all a feared fury. This is it. It's time to kill the Master.
The Master's dead. Finally, I am free.
Glory is mine!
Show yourself!
Show yourself!
prince's spirit snarls at you, claws at you, but his spectral nails move harmlessly through your body. His fading eyes go wide with such abject fear it is terrible to behold. And how very wonderful that feels.
There's no time to waste. It feels magnificent, if somewhat unreal. But first things first.
You look on as Sabine bares her arm and drags her needle across the word master, like a knife, drowning the black ink in blood. With a few ripples of sauce, the wound closes, leaving behind but new scar tissue that effaces all trace of the hated word that was.
Thank you. You're such a sweetheart.
She laughs. Her cat eyes dance with mirth.
Now, it's over.
She hugs you back warmly. Next, she takes your hand in hers, meets your eyes in earnest.
I just can't thank you enough. I could never have defeated the Master without you. I owe you everything. Perhaps I do, for nothing compares to being free.
She places a hand over the fresh scar on her arm.
I've known the opposite too long to want to spend another day hollow with hate, another night hollow with loneliness. I know I needn't be if you show me a little love.
You kiss her on the cheek, and she laughs, full of life.
Now that the Master's dead, might as well pursue Divinity, I say.
You are the Shadow Prince, master of the House of Shadows. A born rascal, you have spent many a long year honing your abilities. You have a rare skill with a knife in your hand, and you have taken that skill to heart. You are a priest of the kin, your face raised to the sun, your blood warming to the heat upon your skin. All is well, and then all is not well. Cries of war come from the shore, and death comes quick. The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash. The altar before you seems to radiate heat as you approach. An emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar, but all you can hear is the hiss and rumble of the volcano and your own heavy breath.
Reading of the wonders of Zoroaster. It's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from. This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
We'd better find a way inside before it all goes up in smoke. And us with it.
You there! Prithee, goodly traveler, might I prevail upon you to answer a question? You see, I am on a mission most grave. I seek a sorcerer most foul, most reviled, most feared. Her name is
His pincers scissor wildly.
Septa the Ineffable. Have you heard tell of this wicked beast on your travels? Oh no. You spoke to her, face to whatever you call the odd frontly part of your person. I regret to inform you, you haven't much longer to live then. Now that she has your scent, it won't be long until Septa tracks you here and guts you like a minnow. You have my sympathy. The hunt continues. Imperio, away!
A voice that is not your own rises within your skull. You are no child of Duna. Leave now, or face his wrath.
statues coming to life?
With great armored fists, the Knight of Duna...
Come, hear my joke. What is it that I guard? Ah! Wrong. I guard nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing! He showed me.
He leans forward. Glimpsed beneath the crumpled helmet is a mangled face and crazed, unblinking eyes.
It's all a joke. There's nothing to guard, only lies. You'll see for yourself once you're dead. Enough words!
Light Spirit is altogether more composed than his late corporeal form. His helmet rests in the crook of his arm, revealing an august, dwarven face, creased with worry.
A godwoken? I thank you. Death was the only remedy for what was done to me. But these fiends resurrect those they have use of. Please, consume my spirit. I don't want to come back. I don't want to be their slave. Good. I thank you. Hopefully that creature's lies will rot alongside him. The Black Ring came and sacked the temple. The one that leads them, the sallow man, he cursed me. A curse of madness and terrible visions.
The spirit averts his gaze with a shiver.
I will not say it. It would be blasphemy to even utter the words. The sallow man is a trickster, a deviant. They must have been lies that he concocted. They must be! There's little I can do to help you. It's the altars that have that power. Bow to the altar of Duna, and to those of the others also. If you are worthy, they will show you the way. I was not worthy. I failed the gods twice over now. All I deserve is nothingness. I was not worthy. I betrayed my own nature. I made a pact with a demon, so I would triumph over all others in the council. But the gods saw through my rules, and I was rejected. I begged them to let me serve here on the island to pay penance. They should have cast me into the sea instead. The sallow man proved I am still weak at heart. Please! I failed my duty and let myself be corrupted. Now I'm just a potential weapon to be used against you. Grant me oblivion, I beg you.
The spirit offers a stoic nod, accepting his fate.
Thank you. Look to the altars for guidance.
Carved onto the face of the altar is a dedication in honor of Duna, patron of the dwarves. Long may their mountain halls stand as a testament to him. There is no sign of life from the altar. You run your hand across the lunar rune carved into its surface and walk away. You approach an undead, standing proud at the lip of a...
Good riddance to bad rubbish, eh? Only thing I like less than Black Ring, a troll. God-woken, are you? I thought so. I see such things for our the much
She bats.
together. We fail the Knight of... Release the Knight's good spirit from his corrupted shell, Godwoken. Do this, and I will give... Why, how marvelous. I knew your Godwoken spirit was strong. Please accept this with my thanks, and the thanks of all those I served alongside. The blessings of the original Seekers upon you.
She hands you a small yet heavy trinket, crafted of tarnished metal. Though cold, it feels comforting to the touch, like a worry stone or a familiar childhood toy. A saltwater crocodile looks around, seemingly disoriented. It spots you.
Where'd the water go? Why does my head hurt so much? The shore, yes. After a rest.
The crocodile slumps down and closes its eyes.
If I understand this correctly, it reads, walk safely in Vrogear's path. It looks like this place gave the Black Ring a bloody nose. Best be careful ahead. Careful! I've spotted a trap.
I've spotted a trap.
Careful now. That's a trap. Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. I've spotted something.
Before you is the spirit of a priestess, an orc priestess. She's an imposing warrior monk, but gripped with terror as she gazes upon something looming over her from across the hall. She staggers back a few steps. An echoing roar fills your ears, rushing water. The priestess turns to flee, but is suddenly blasted off her feet by an immense, unseen force. Kneeling before the altar is the spirit of another orc, a priest. He produces an ornate dagger and slices open the palm of his hand. Around him, the sound of rushing water grows.
Rogier, I am your servant to my last breath.
He daubs the altar with his spectral blood and bows. The roar of water intensifies. He is suddenly swept forward. His skull hits the altar with a crunch. The altar sits before you, defiantly silent. You see the image of a sun crudely carved into the rock. An ancient-looking lever stands before you. There's a small slot in the side of the lever, almost like a keyhole. A deep rumble heralds the wall beyond sliding downwards, a hidden door. The spirit of an...
Dogs, scum.
He hurls...
Godwoken, you're here. Did you kill the Black Ring runts who defy good? This temple was a fortress. The world might put the eye up.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Careful now. That's a trap. Careful now. That's a trap.